me know what needs to be where. There we go. That's better. Hey, Devin. Alright, let me see if I can get this screen situation figured out. Yes. There we go. Okay. Okay. Oops, wrong thing. Can y'all hear me? Hey, Cheery. Is the music too loud? Okay. You go that way. Yeah, because I don't have the audio fixed right where I can hear myself through my headphones yet. Is that better or is it still loud? Thanks, Peaches. Okay, is the music still loud or is it better? Yes, Carl, you're first. You don't hear the music at all. Now I turn it down too low. Ha, ha, ha. That's okay. Doesn't really matter. Oh, yeah. Oh, well. I do, don't I? I didn't even think about it. Oh, well. That's fine. Where we live is small enough that if somebody really wanted to find us, they'd find us. Yeah, I need new headphones. All I have right now are giant gamer headphones. So how is everybody? Are y'all having a good night? Yeah, right. No, no, wrong way. There you go. Now, what are you talking about? That's right. Okay, so thank y'all for coming and hanging out. I'm excited. I'm all discombobulated because you know how it goes. I was all like about to chill and get ready, and I had like an hour to get ready and stuff, and then of course, you know, parenting. So yeah, how are y'all feeling? I know y'all all been sick, and stomach viruses are the worst. And it's always horrible with a little bitty one because they give you that look like, what's happening to me? I don't know what's happening to me. Harrison used to always look at us that way when he would get sick, and we're like, we're sorry. see if I can situate this. Alright. I'm going to try to get this fixed. Get my camera situated to start stitching some, but y'all have to bear with me because it's going to take some situating and making sure I'm not blinding y'all with my little light there. Alright, let's see. Let's move you over here. So I am going to work on, I put it up there in the corner. It's a piece called Birds to the Boughs. And I started this on my birthday. It's a thing in the cross-stitch community. Have a birthday start. So this is what I started for my birthday. And a couple of friends started it with me too. Let's see. Alright, camera, let's cooperate. That's better. There it is, so you can see a little bit better. And of course, the thing wants to disconnect from chat, so then I can't see what y'all are saying. That's annoying. I don't know why it does that so much. I'll just be like, no, never mind. Okay, and I have to figure out how to situate this, because one thing I don't want to do is accidentally show the pattern itself. That's a giant no-no. Because then people who are rude take it and try to use it without paying the pattern creator. We don't like that. Why are you not cooperating with me, internet? The internet hates me. There we go. Oh, yes, thank you, Peaches, for doing that. Okay, let me catch up. Well, good. That sounds like y'all are starting to get on the better side than Peaches. That's good, I'm glad. Because that's like the worst. The worst ever. Yeah, and I totally didn't like title the stream or anything. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, thank you. I thought this was a really gorgeous pattern. You did, Cherry? Thanks for stalking me. Yes, Justin is being an old man and going to bed. He will probably hardly ever make appearances. I asked him, I said, are you going to come say hi? He was like, no. So why not? I'm going to go to bed. I don't want to be on there. So, yeah. I know, Cherry. I'm trying. This is me in real life. This is what you can't say when I'm typing behind the keyboard. All over the places. I know, Justin's an old man. He does, like, as soon as we get the kids in bed, he's like, peace out. I'm going to lay down. He'll watch, like, NCIS or something on his phone, and then he'll go to sleep. And then I'll stay up till, you know, midnight plus. And then I'll go in there and try to get in bed as quietly as possible. The good thing about me is when he wakes up early, I don't wake up because I sleep like a rock. I literally have slept through tornadoes before. So it doesn't wake me up when he gets up in the morning. I mean, he takes his shower, he brushes his teeth. And our bathroom is off of our bedroom, but it's like the sink part is in, it's built in the early 70s. So it's like there's a door that closes off like the toilet and the shower. And then there's an area where the sink is, and there's not a door. We have a curtain so it won't be bright, but no, you can hear everything. But because I sleep so hard, it doesn't wake me up. Oh, there it is. I have my needle minder back here. Couldn't find it. Alright, so for you, all you non-stitching people, this is a needle minder. It's got 2 magnets, so it'll stick together and your needles will stick to it. Sometimes, if they're strong enough, which this is smaller, but like even your scissors will stick to it. Yes, Dr. Pepper, of course. All of the times. Because that's what's in this all of the times. That's how we roll. Well, that's how I roll. And then tell my kids they can't drink the same amount of Dr. Pepper as I do. They get very annoyed. Let's see, where am I? I'm trying to look at my pattern and see where I'm at. There we go. So, like I said, this is going to be a little bit of trial and error figuring out how to make sure I'm holding my hand in the right spot so you can see. Make sure I don't run all over the place. So, nope, that's not right. So I'm stitching on, normally well, before I started watching FlossTube and stuff a lot, I stitched just on Aida. I didn't know how to stitch on anything else. Aida's that kind of, here I can show you, I have some over here. It's the more typical fabric that you think of when you think of cross stitch. Sorry if this waxed the microphone stand. This is another piece I've been working on. This is on Aida. See how like it has you can see the holes very clearly. Whereas this is what we call an even weave. Oops, there we go. It's an even weave, so it's got the holes, but it's much smaller. So we do what's called, I'm using 2 strands, so it's 2 over 2. You go over 2 holes instead of just 1 hole like you would on the Aida. Oh, is it buffering? Sorry. Tell me how to fix that and I'll try to fix that next time. Alright. See if I can get in there. There we go. Alright, so the kids are out of school tomorrow for Good Friday. Dang it. We're gonna be home though. We're not doing anything tomorrow because, oh man, where's my, there we go. I'll show you a little, you can't do anything off of this. But so what I do, some people use, there are apps now, like Pattern Keeper, where you can use those to cross off stuff. But I use, some people do this and don't mark off where they've been, but I have to. So I go to wherever I was and I mark it off with a highlighter. That way I know where I've been, so don't redo it. But, yeah, no, we're not doing anything special tomorrow because Saturday, well, tomorrow night, Harrison has his first ball game, his first baseball game. And tomorrow afternoon, late afternoon, Reagan and I have doctor's appointments. So we aren't doing, and I've got to do some stuff for Saturday. Saturday we have a big family thing at my grandmother's. We're going to do Easter and birthdays from a couple different months, and I've got to bake the cake. So I'm going to bake a carrot cake tomorrow. And if I feel up to it, some sugar cookies. I'm not going to do any crazy decorations though. I used to do a lot of decorations on my sugar cookies, but I've been too busy lately to do that much. Still enjoy it, it's just gets to be a lot. So a lot of times now my sugar cookies end up just being like white with some sprinkles on them. Or just the ones that are like just the colored sugar on top, which I think Justin likes better than the icing anyway. So and then Sunday on Easter, one of the ladies always likes to do an Easter egg hunt after morning services at the church building, and she was asking everybody to bring like a dozen eggs, and there are over 500 and something eggs in there, and we do not have that many kids at church, so and we don't have that many places to hide them, so we'll probably just be chunking them all out in the yard after church is over, or if it rains, I guess in the auditorium. I don't know, we'll see. And then we'll probably just chill the rest of the day Sunday. Peaches, are y'all doing anything for Easter? I know y'all had an Easter egg hunt this past weekend. Now I'm gonna have a knot. That's what I get for trying to look at the screen while I pull the thread. Probably gonna have to get me a stand at some point that I can sit on the desk. That'll make it easier. Need to check all the secondhand shops and see if anybody has anything. Yeah. Yeah. That probably is where she got it. Oh yeah, and we've got to dye eggs tomorrow. I got stuff. We always dye eggs, and we've just had so much going on this time that I forgot about all that kind of stuff that we usually do ahead of time. Hey, Sax. It is my first stream. Welcome to watching Micah try to manage too many things at one time. Thanks for coming over. We are cross stitching. Excuse me. My voice is all scratchy. Thanks, Pollen. Really, Sax? Oh, that's fun. My son was interested in learning for about half a minute. And then I need to find him a bigger count fabric to try again, because he tried on the same count that I usually do of Ada. He was trying on a count like this, which is obviously easier than this even weave I'm using, but it was still too small for his tiny hands. So I want to find like a really big count to use for him, which I've got some plastic canvas for like that you can use to make bookmarks and stuff. So I might get him to try with that and yarn and a big tapestry needle. That might be a lot easier for him to use. But he got real into it for a minute, and then he got frustrated and quit. But I'm determined to get him into it again. Yes. So with this one, this is what we call a 14 count Aida. And then there are other counts. It's how many stitches fit in a square inch, like across. So like in this one, if you went an inch across, it would be 14 stitches. This is a 32 count. Let me look. Where's the pattern? Yeah, this is a 32 count Lugana. Lugana is one of the types of even weave. So this is a more tightly woven fabric, but it's even, hence the name even weave. And then there is also, let me see, I've got some linen over here. I can show you the difference with the linen too, because it's different. Hang on, let me untangle myself. I can find it. Yeah, this is a linen, which this is a really loose linen. There are linens that are better than this one. It's a cheap linen that I got. This is a 28 count linen. And with the linen, it's, you can see on that it's not even like the even weave is. You've got these bigger pieces like this right here. That's called the slub, where one bit of the fiber runs out and it's joined with the rest. So the stuff stitched on linen is a little, right now it's still kind of hard for me because I'm so used to the even surfaces. Because I only started using things other than Aida in the past few months. I've always been an Aida stitcher until the past few months. So I'm learning and trying new things. Aida's still the easiest, but you know, for some things, other things look better. And I'm sorry if you heard me burp right then. Peaches, bless Zelda. She was just trying to be sweet and share, and instead the other girl shared. That's funny. Bless her. Yeah, so this one, and on this, we're not going just, you can go over one, which over one would be like from this hole to that tiny hole. But I'm doing over two, which means it's two of them make a square. So like since this is a 32 count and I'm going over two, it would be equal to like a 16 count Aida. I'm probably giving you way too much information. But like that 28 count linen and the end would be about equal to this 14 count Aida. Since this is all over one and those are over two. All these numbers. I don't like numbers usually. Yeah, so I started this back in January and I haven't gotten to work on it much lately. I was trying to decide what to pull out for tonight. And I thought, well, this border would be good because I don't have to, it's kind of repetitive and it's not, I don't have to skip stitches to find the placement of anything. Oh, come on. Why did I not trim that? I just noticed that. That does not sound like the lo-fi playlist that I put on. I just noticed that last song. What is this? It says it's on it, but that sure didn't sound like... Whatever. Okay. Peaches, if I let the burps rip, I'd blow out the microphone. One of the qualities Justin definitely did not find attractive was my belching. I stopped for him. But dude, I used to win burping contests at church camp every summer. Yeah. That looks funky. I guess that's right. Is that off? Is my count off? I'm off like half a stitch. What did I do? Yeah, I don't know what this playlist is. It's supposed to be lo-fi, but it's sounding not so lo-fi. Like the first few songs I listened to were sounding pretty good, but it changed direction on me. This is beeswax. You can just lick the ends to slick them down to rethread them, but I like to use the beeswax. I used to lick them, but it can actually tear up your needles pretty quickly because they'll rust. So I use the beeswax now. It just helps it go through the eye of the needle much easier. There we go, that's better. And I'm a bad mumbler, so if I start mumbling, y'all just tell me. My first couple of Floss 2 videos, there were like huge chunks you couldn't understand me because I was mumbling off in some other direction. Love me, love my burps. Right? For a while I did tell him to deal with it, and then he made me start dealing with forms of gas that I did not want to deal with. So we compromised. Of course, now we have Harrison. That boy. He'd drive you out of a car. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. If I don't remember to mark off my pattern, I will get so lost. Yeah, Harrison went through a phase, which, I mean, he'll still do it sometimes, where he thought it was just hilarious to, if my mom ever found this stream somehow and heard this, she would die. But he went through this phase where he thought it was hilarious to fart on Reagan. So he would just run up to her and fart and run away cackling. Which this was like a couple of years ago, I think, or at least a year ago. I don't know, not recently. And of course we would laugh too when we were at home. Well, he did it to her one time in the church building in front of a bunch of people. She was so embarrassed. So we had to tell him, not in public. You embarrassed your sister. Don't do it in public. Oh my. Yeah, Harrison does definitely not have the best manners. Oh my goodness, I made another, missed the hole. There we go. Let's see. Aha. There we are. So Reagan got, she had been taking a break from voice, and then she decided to switch to a different voice studio where some of her other friends take voice. And she got, we got her second song for her show. And their ensemble's second song is The Sign by Ace of Base. And I was like, yes! The whole show is like 90s themed, so it's gonna be the best thing ever. When I played the song for her, she was like, okay, why are you so excited? Like, I used to jam to this in my Walkman cassette tape with the cassette tape when I was in the 6th grade. She's like, what are these things that you just made up? Those are not words. Yeah, they are. Do the patterns tell you what color to use? They do. So on the patterns, which most designers don't care if you switch it up. But so, like, on here you can see, well, there we go. You can see those are hearts. And then right here it says 779. And 779 is a color of DMC floss. So, like, this is the floss that some Walmarts have it, but usually you got to get it at a craft store now. Most Walmarts only have a little bit. But so all the colors have a number, and so the patterns will all have like a key with all the different colors. So like there's the key for this one. It has different symbols for all the different colors. That way you know what color goes where. And then, which of course some people just completely will change it up, or some people, if they want to use fancy floss, which I didn't know about again until this year, which is like hand-dyed floss or floss that's kind of variegated in color. You can change it out to those if you want to. Most designers are like, yeah, change it, do whatever, and they like to see the different versions. But this one with these colors, I love these colors so much. I'm not changing anything on here. Except for I'll put our initials in there. Mine and Justin's, but and then some, like on this one I'm making some changes. I'm changing out, like this part is actually supposed to be yellow, and I'm changing it to gold. This is what this pattern looks like. Oh no. Thing messed up. There we go. So, this one's called Cleopatra, and that's technically Cleo's name. It's Cleopatra. So, I was like, yeah, I gotta do that one. And this one uses a different kind of thread called Sulky, which this is my first time using that too. And it's really nice. But, like I'm switching out a lot of the yellow for the shiny, oh, almost dropped it. Diamant is what it's called. So yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, if they didn't give specifics, you'd never get whatever look you're trying to get. Because there's so many thread colors that are so similar but a little bit different, so then they'd be a little off. Where's my keyboard? There it is. I just realized I'm gonna put a couple of tags on here that way people. I forgot to do that. No, I don't want to listen to your ad. Go away. Go away. Cross stitch ADHD, just in case you couldn't tell. We'll just go with that for now. I know, I love Cleopatra. I think it's so pretty. So cute. There we go. Let's see if our ad is over. Yeah, I just found a Spotify playlist that was all copyright free. It said it was a playlist for streamers. And I was like, well, we'll just go with that for tonight. I'll figure the rest out from there. Good grief, how many commercials in a row are you gonna have? You're making this difficult for me, Spotify. You don't have to have the music, it's just, you know, makes it nice to have something there. Not just the sound of my computer humming. There we go. What's happening here? There we are. Okay. Get yourself together. Oops. So yeah, that's one of the good things about this border is it just kind of repeats itself. So you don't have to do anything too crazy. What did I do? Where did my... My Spotify went away. Maybe I accidentally closed it. There's one of the cats playing with something. So you'll get to listen to that too. Cleo, what are you doing? Yeah, the namesake of the pattern. Well, not really, but the namesake for me doing the pattern. Cleo, where'd you go? Come here. Cleo. Let me go get her and she's probably going to try to kill me. Cleo. Come here. So this is Cleo. No, look at the camera. Say hello. I love it when Mommy makes me be on camera. I've forced her on floss tube a few times too. Can't you see how much she loves it? Now what did I do to my Spotify? Closed it somehow. There we are. Oh, there it is down there. That and that. There we go. Okay, that's better. Yeah, we'd had super warm weather for a few days, and we'd had a lot of rain for the last 3 days, off and on, storms and stuff. And we had some rounds of, well, one big round of severe weather last night, or yesterday afternoon. The kids got out of school yesterday at like 12:30. DeCapo! Hi! How are y'all? I don't have my alert stuff all set up right, so I see everything late. Just out here doing the best I can. Oh, whatever, DeCapo. Hi. Start a... Oh no. Nightbot just timed you all out. Yeah. So I don't know what I have Nightbot set on, so sorry for timing you all out. Y'all are all amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Capo. Y'all, I can't even, I'm having to scroll back so I can keep up with chat. And I know it's not better than the DeCapo stream because I saw that Pokey was there. That means it's amazing. So, welcome, everybody. Welcome, Potato and 11D and everybody else. Zach. And then everybody else who got deleted by Nightbot. I am sorry. I'll have to fix that. Nightbot be crazy. You're a little excited. And thank you very much. Blink twice if you can hear us. You are not right. Carl. Smoke signals. Do it. Everybody do it. Y'all, I'm so excited. Thank y'all. Caller in real life. Y'all are crazy. Yeah, I don't, my stream is so far behind to where I am, and because I don't have stuff set up right yet, I'm just watching my stream to see my chat. So that's why I'm so very far behind. Don't hide now. See, I look down and like start focusing on trying to get the stitch in the right place, and then I'm doing good, DeCapo. How was the rest of your stream? Zach. Bring in the dumpers. Thanks, DeCapo. I'll figure it out eventually. Maybe. What? Look, and now I'm pulling through a stitch where a stitch is, that does not go there, that's for sure. So, I'm Micah, the ADHD stitcher. If you can't tell why I call myself the ADHD stitcher, it will. And you're confused, my friend. So, this is called Birds to the Boughs. It's by Lindy Stitches. And I've got it up there on the screen, but it's easier to see when I show you that way. Yeah, thanks, Peaches. I don't know what's happening right now. But, yeah. So this was in the cross stitch world, we do birthday starts. We start something on our birthday. And this was one that I'd been looking at, and I really liked it. I'd really been wanting to do it. So I started it for my birthday. And yeah, I think it's buffering a lot for a lot of people. I don't know what's happening. Who knows what kind of setting I have it on that's not right. You know, we'll figure it out as we go. Maybe. This is going to be a pretty big piece. It's a 14.2 by 11 inches. So this is a big piece. So, I started this for my birthday. That's why it was a birthday start, because it was going to be nicer fabric and a lot more floss, which is what we call this. I don't know why it's floss and not thread, but it is. Set the output source a little lower. Okay, look, seriously, like I'm gonna write this stuff down because otherwise I'm gonna totally forget anything that is said because ADHD. Set output source lower, because y'all, seriously, I have the short-term memory of a goldfish. Seriously. Executive function issues. Good night, Albert. Thank you for coming by. Yeah, I'm planning to do some like daytime streams and stuff too. I haven't figured my schedule out completely. But, because, yeah, I don't like starting this late, but I was like, well, when will the kids be in bed? And they go to bed around 8-ish. They're in their rooms, at least. That doesn't mean they're asleep. But, so, we'll try to do some daytime streams and some earlier streams, too. Yeah, I really do have ADHD. Well, especially, like, tonight, because it's all, like, I'm all hyped up. Because, you know, my first stream that I've only been trying to do since, like, January. So, well, and we had some stuff come up earlier. And Justin was like, because I had gone back to the bedroom to get ready. I'd left a capo stream and went to get ready, and I was like going to chill for a while. I think I had like an hour beforehand. And then, you know, parenthood stuff came up. And I was like, and Justin said, are you still streaming? I said, look, I've been working towards this for months. I'm streaming. It's happening. Courtney, hi. Welcome in. You did more music. I was loving your music, DeCapo. I was just sitting here vibing and dancing and looking really stupid. So it was good I wasn't on camera then. Jackbox. Fun. Yeah. I was glad you were back. Because I had not been able to catch one of your streams before that. I guess that's when we were out of town at Disney World, and then we got home and I got sick. So I had not seen any of your streams in a minute. How are you tonight, Courtney? I'm gonna have to get me like some magnifiers, because this is like, or take my head really close to it. I didn't realize how close I'd been holding this to my face before now. There's the hole. Yeah, and see how it's getting short. So now I'm gonna end this thread. Just by, and I'm not, if there are other cross stitchers on here, don't judge my back. Well, judge my backs if you want to. I don't really care, because I don't look at the back of my cross stitches. I look at the front. Some cross stitchers flex with how neat their backs are, which is great. Good for you. But it's just not something that I really mess with too much, because, which I mean, my backs aren't horrible. This is pretty neat. But sometimes I carry. Carrying means like if I jumped from, which that would be a long jump, but like if I jumped from there to there with that thread instead of pulling words, instead of fastening it off. But I don't usually keep my backs too awful neat. But I don't get too messy either, because then I just get tangled. Like I need to tuck this guy in, because he was getting in my way earlier. Oh, he's gonna need some beeswax. Where'd it go? Which end? That's the end I need. Yeah, and my beeswax, like, from where I've used it, little, it looks dirty. But those are all just like, you know, little fuzzes off the floss that have stuck to the beeswax. Yes, I will, DeCapo. Thank you. Yeah, before tonight, I was like, okay, I know, like, DeCapo has said that he would help and other people said they would help, but I don't know what I need. So tonight, I'll be like, okay, help me fix this. I can write down the things that need to be fixed, and then y'all can tell me. I Googled a lot of stuff today. I was like, okay, how do I put this in to my thing? How do I do this? Because I was like, I don't want to hit people up with the easiest stuff that I can just find so fast and easy on the Google. And I'd already messaged Carl some yesterday, and you know, they've been sick. I was like, I'm not messaging him anymore today. I'm gonna let him barf in peace. Sorry, that was gross. my word, why are you being annoying tonight? Floss knows y'all are looking at it, so it's deciding to be difficult. Thanks, DeCapo. Yeah, I had talked to another stitcher that streams. I'd asked her about what she used and got something similar to what she had going on. Because on hers you can always see a nice big close-up of her stitching, and I always like that. Let's see here. Where are we at? There we go. So now I cut a new strand, and if you have never done anything, what's happening right there? No, it's the cat again. This floss that we use to cross stitch with, well, and people use it for embroidery and, or most likely to make friendship bracelets. I used to steal my mom's for that. It's 6 stranded, so in the one big strand there are 6 smaller strands. And what I like to do is, if I'm using 2 strands on each thing, I like to do a loop start. So I just pull out a length and I cut it, and then, so like, which you can't see it because it's light, but I just fold it in half so the ends meet up. Well, first I need to let it spin out or it's gonna knot on me. And then I just bring the ends together so it's folded in half, and then get it all waxed and thread it. Wax makes it so much easier to thread. What are, no, now the cat's trying to get in the cat food, I think. Don't do that, cat. Courtney, I'm glad you're starting to feel a little bit better, but I hope you get all better. Thanks, Peaches. Cleo, leave it alone. And now there's an ad again. Stupid. Why? I don't want to watch Baby Sharks. Be quiet. Cleo, you have food in your bowl. She's about to try to get crazy, and she can't play with her sister because Harrison likes to kidnap the cat, the other cat, Claudia. After he goes to bed, after Harrison goes to bed, then he gets back up and he comes and he gets Claudia and takes her to his room to sleep with him for a little while. So Cleo gets all wild, and then she doesn't have anybody to play with. Thanks, Burley. I appreciate y'all. Let me see. Oops. Hello, I forgot I'm trying to start this thing. Yeah, so when you do a loop start, you pull part of it through, you stick it in that hole, and then you can pull it. Whoops, stop doing that. Alright, so we've got like the little end of the loop there, and then we can stick the needle through the loop and pull it tight. Not tight, but you know. Yeah, my dirty beeswax. I bought some molds to try to see if I could do, because I have a big thing of the beeswax I got like on Amazon or something, to see if I could, if they're actually candy molds. I don't know if the wax would get too hot that it would melt those plastic candy molds, but I'm going to give it a try because it was like a $2 mold. What else is on here? Ew. Who knows? Probably some funk from the floor. A bee spinning beeswax. There you go. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I don't know that they spin it, but you know, however they make it. Well, and that's, they make thread conditioner too. It's like in a little thing that's a circle and you can just run your thread through it. But somebody mentioned beeswax. I was like, well, that's easy enough. So I just ordered a thing of it on Amazon. And it came in like all these little bars. These little 1 ounce bars. I don't know. I don't know who figures these things out. I'm just glad they do. A bee spinning wax. That's interesting. Oh man, how did I make a knot? Knots are not good. Untangle. Man, it just got, there we go. Well, but now there's still a little knot, but it's small enough, it's still gonna go through the whole fine. We'll be good. So Burley, what'd you have for dinner? The famous Burley question. I had some barbecue nachos Justin brought me. They're pretty good. Didn't have a lot of flavor on them. They needed more sauce. We were out of Sweet Baby Ray's. When we went to Disney World, it was the Flower and Garden Festival. So I ate a lot of really good stuff. I ate some kind of wontons, like I think it was cheese and crab wontons from China. They were so good. I had, from Mexico, I had some kind of, it was like a chicken enchilada with a mole and avocado foam. Something avocado foam. I don't know, but it was really good. And then, oh, let me see if I can find, oh, I bet I took the picture on Justin's phone. Justin's phone is way better than my phone, so a lot of the pictures, I just made him hand me his phone. And then I looked it up. Oh wait, I have some on here. Oh yeah, here's a couple. In France, we had crepes. That was a Nutella crepe. Okay, here's here. Well, it's not Nutella actually. It was hazelnut because it wasn't, you know, actual Nutella. So Harrison, I was trying to help him pick what he wanted to get. And I said, oh, a hazelnut and chocolate. You'll like that. And he was like, what? Hazelnuts? I don't like hazelnuts. What are hazelnuts? I said, you do. It's Nutella. Chocolate and hazelnuts are what makes Nutella. He was like, oh, okay. So, and of course, he loved that. And then We also had a savory crepe that had some kind of cheese, maybe Gruyere and ham. Oh yeah, there's my enchilada with the mole. That was so good. The mole was super spicy, so I couldn't eat a lot of it at once. And then where was this from? Was this from I don't remember where it was from. Was it from Germany? Maybe. Yeah. I think so. Because that was like a potato cake with applesauce. I was like, I need to try it. Are you looking at Needleminders Peaches? There, look. You're going to fall so deep down the hole. Look up Mad for Minders. They have, that's where I got like this Dr. Pepper one. And they have all kinds of different ones. And there's also another one called Fangirl Fibers that has all kinds of different fandom stuff. Those are both a couple of really good ones. And yeah, that Needleminder hole is very deep. And then, okay, here's this. Bet you could guess the country. Guess the country this came from. In Epcot. I'll wait for your answers, but I have a feeling that you'll be able to guess right. This is a strawberry cheesecake funnel cake. So, you had your whipped cream and your strawberry sauce. And then this is like a rectangle of strawberry ice cream. And then the funnel cake with, of course, all the sugar. And it was so good. And then these little bits right here are deep fried cheesecake pieces. Yeah. But they were good. And then we had fish and chips. And Harrison ran around talking about how he was eating chips. Thinking he was so cool and cultured now. Because he was calling the fries chips instead of fries. And then he learned that they call chips crisps. So he was getting himself all kinds of confused on what was what. But it was cute. Cat, what are you doing? She found a plastic bag to lay on. Let me see if you... There she is. There's Cleo. She found her a plastic bag. So she's happy. You see behind her, there's bed 1 and bed 2. Does she sleep on either of the cat beds? No. She sleeps on a plastic bag she found. I don't know. That's a cat for you. They never actually use the things you get them. At least rarely. Crazy cats. So, yeah. But the food at Epcot was really, really good. I enjoyed it. Cherry, a lot of the times. Hi, Ian. How are you? Welcome in. I do, Cherry. I like to, a lot of times, actually, I'll watch FlossTube videos on YouTube. Or sometimes I'll have on a TV show or something that I don't have to watch super carefully. I've been rewatching Parks and Rec lately. Sometimes I'll have on, usually though I'm watching something, but sometimes I'll have on music or a podcast. But usually I have something on to watch. And that's like with the FlossTube videos, you don't have to stare at the screen too much. They're great for putting on while you're stitching and just listening and then looking up when they're showing something you want to look at. So those are fun to watch. And I subscribe to so many different ones. And a lot of people, their videos every week that they do are like an hour or more long. So you can put on a video and get a good bit of stitching done. there was a day last week. Maybe it was last weekend. I think it was Sunday afternoon. That's when it was Sunday afternoon. It was really nice outside. And I knew we were about to start getting a lot of rain and stuff. Ow, I just poked myself. To make sure I'm not going to bleed because I don't want to bleed on my cloth. We had some really nice weather. Yay, 11D. I know. That's what one of the girls that I watch that cross stitches a lot, she always says. She says cross stitchers are taking over Twitch. But I sit outside on my swing in the backyard and just cross stitched like all afternoon with a podcast on. Yeah, I was gonna show you 11D. Oh, let me see if I can reach it. I was gonna show you the cross stitch kit that I've just started working on. I started it and then I had to pull it out because I was checking for gauge. But it's an Annie's club. But it's this mandala. It's like a 10-month club. So like that's all I have for this month. But I've already stitched I stitched 7 rounds I think, and the gauge was off. So I pulled it out. And I'm starting over. I've gotten a start on it, but the cat keeps trying to steal it, so she's been pulling out stitches. But there's the start of my gauge again. My gauge swatch. I'm really bad with gauge. Sometimes I think my tension's too tight, but then it's still too big. I don't know. Oh, I was hearing a noise. She sleeps up here on my desk. I have there's like a hutch, and she'll sleep up on top of it in the boxes and stuff that are up there. So I just all of a sudden heard a noise above my head. Sorry, I'm shaking. I keep hitting the desk. Yeah, I thought I had the crochet hidden enough that the cat wouldn't see it, and then every time I came in here she had another bit of it out. Didn't you? Didn't you? Yeah, she'll sleep up there for a long time. What did I just do? That does not look right. Oh, I see. The stitch down here is off. Okay, there we go. I am doing good, Ian. I'm a little gravelly throated from all the pollen. But, you know, that's this time of year. Cat, quit moving because you're shaking the camera. How are you, Ian? Aw. Thanks to Capo. Yeah. That's the good thing about these, is they can be nice and chill. Of course, you know, whenever I get stuff enabled, I'm sure y'all won't let it be as chill. A 15-minute delay? Burley. No. Oh, that's horrible. I hate that. That delay's so big. Oh no. have to figure that out. Orange chicken from Trader Joe's. That sounds good. Oh no, Burley. Oh, Peaches. I'm sorry. Y'all, I'm sorry that this stream is so far behind. Thank y'all for hanging out anyway. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, Peaches, I hope that, and Burley, I hope everybody in y'all's houses get better.
Where you can save just by being you.
That's miserable. I had just the tiniest bit of a stomach virus when we got back from Disney World, but it was just one day, and it wasn't that bad. Yes, Peaches, you get some rest. Go whenever you need to. We'll be okay. Once you get to feeling better. Still can't believe that it's delayed that much. See if this, there we go. Good night, Courtney. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I am sorry all my issues with the lag and stuff. We'll get it figured out. That's what happens when I try to wing it. Good night, Burley. Tell the dish gnomes they need to come to your house and wash all your dishes for you. So when I get up in the morning and all the dishes have been washed by my husband, he'll be like, the gnomes did it. Of course, you probably won't see any of this since it's lagging so far behind. Oh wow, yeah, now I see on my stream I can see on my stream how far behind it is. Y'all, I'm sorry. So, since we're lagging so far behind, I'll answer when stuff pops up in chat, but it'll obviously be like way after you sent it. I'll just talk about the Disney trip because I can just talk and talk and talk about that. So we, the way we've done Disney, we took Reagan when she was 6 and Harrison was just 2. We knew he wouldn't remember it, and we knew he would be a lot to deal with. So we took just her by herself, and we did all things princess. And like when she went, it was during Frozen Summer of Fun. So she had an Elsa makeover, and there were Frozen parades and all kinds of stuff. And we spent a lot of our time waiting in line for princesses. But then we took Harrison. So we told her from the start, look, you're getting your own trip. So when Harrison is around 6, he'll get his own trip. And she was, you know, she was on board with it until people started telling her that she should be upset that she wasn't going. But so we took just him, and he is all about Star Wars right now. So we had a lot of fun doing all the Star Wars stuff. And he got to fly. We drove with her, and then we said we are not doing, well, my husband said we are not doing that again. So we flew this time, and originally our trip was planned for October of 2020. We had it booked. We had our flights and everything already bought before the pandemic kicked in. And then after we waited a while, we were like, you know what? Yeah, they're going to be opening back up, but it's going to be super expensive, and you know, not a lot's going to be available. So we just put it off. We were going to try. We tried last year, but still there was just not enough stuff back yet, and it was still way more expensive. So then, you know, my husband said, look, we're going at fall break no matter what. No matter what's back, no matter how expensive it is, we're going, because he's already waited like 2 years. So we're going to take him on a trip. So we did. And it was way more expensive than when we took Reagan. And there was no meal plan and all that stuff. And we had last time we had a meal plan, and we stayed in a mid-tier hotel. And it cost less than it cost us to go this time in a value hotel for without a meal plan. Like, it was more expensive for the value hotel, no meal plan. Then food was on top of that. And so, yeah. But it was still a lot of fun. Excuse me. Harrison got to ride roller coasters and all that stuff, and he was super excited because he had not gotten to do that before. He'd never been anywhere. The first day we went to the Magic Kingdom, And let's see if I can find it. So you won't be able to hear it, but this is his face as we were rounding the corner to see the castle. So he was super excited. We had so much fun. He got to ride roller coasters and do all the fun things and all that. And we did, you know, we couldn't do like the up close and personal meet and greets, but we did get some where like it was just them in a room and you could go in and meet them, and they were like socially distanced behind a thing. Sorry, I'm telling people good night while they can see it. There we go. So, so like we still got to see Mickey, but you know, like you couldn't go give him a hug or anything like that. But it was still good. And the second day, we went to, what was the second day? Animal Kingdom? Yeah, second day was Animal Kingdom. So, like, Animal Kingdom for us, the animals are not that huge of a draw. Because here, like, close by in Memphis is an amazing zoo. Like, when we were over in the area where the tigers are at Animal Kingdom, like, the one tiger was hiding behind a bush, and, like, people were just, like, gonna sit there and wait until that tiger came out because they wanted to see the tiger. And I'm like, hey, bud, let's move on because we can just go to Memphis and see, like, 3 to 5 tigers in the enclosure anytime I want to. But so, like, the animals aren't a huge draw for us there. Like, the safari, though, was really cool because, I mean, it's a different, which we have a safari park also that's close to where the kids go to school, so they've been to that safari park for field trips. But, of course, it's not like, you know, it's just, like, the herding animals. It's not lions and stuff like that. But it was funny. We were sitting like on the first row of our little safari vehicle, so we were like right behind the driver. And when we went around a corner and the lion was sleeping up on this rock that looked like Pride Rock from Lion King, Harrison was like, "It's Simba!" And the tour guide said, "Well, I heard somebody say that it's Simba." Well, the funny thing is, actually, you're kind of right. She said that the lion that was up there was the male that they used in the live action movie for Mufasa and for Simba. So, that was pretty cool. We're like, it's an animal movie star. So, Harrison got very excited about that. And we got to see baby rhinos. Several of the rhinos had had babies recently, so they were super cute. But, and we were sad, Justin and I were sad, because Mount Everest, or Expedition Everest, has been down for refurbishment, and it wasn't set to be open until close to the end of April, and it was the end of March when we were there. So we knew we weren't going to get to ride that. But when we took Reagan, like the whole Avatar section and all that, none of that was there yet. So getting to see that was really cool, which we're not like, I mean, I'm more of an Avatar fan now after having gone there, but we weren't like big Avatar fans or anything, and Harrison had never seen it. And, but we went back there first to get on Flight of Passage as soon as possible, because the lines would get over 2 hours long. We got 30-minute early park entry since we were staying at one of the resorts. So that's where we ran back to first thing. And, or actually no, did we ride the... I think we did the safari first and then went back there. But there still weren't a ton of people back there yet. So we didn't have to wait as long. But they, that ride... Like, this is the cheesiest thing ever, but, like, it changed my life. Like, literally, it's like a life-changing ride. It was just so beautiful. The colors and the... Sorry. I'm doing it off camera. All the stuff was just so beautiful. And then, like, you legit feel like you're flying on the back of some animal. You know, when you would dive, it felt like you were diving, and wind was blowing, and... when you flew near a waterfall, the water sprayed you. And, like, you could feel the banshee take a breath underneath you. Like, you could feel its lungs expand. Like, it was just so cool. It was so beautiful. That's what, when it ended, we were, like, sitting there like, okay, more? And we would have waited in line for it if, you know, it wasn't a 2-hour line and we weren't limited on our days in the parks. So we loved that. And we went when we went to the Animal Kingdom, we left at, I don't know, 5 something maybe, and we headed back over to Magic Kingdom, because when we were at the Magic Kingdom we got to see the fireworks, but like you couldn't see it real well, and I told Justin I wanted to go back so we could get better spots to see them much better.
Now you can get anything
so we just went over to the Magic Kingdom, found a spot at a corner where it was right by the walkway so people wouldn't be right in front of us, and got some food and just sat there and ate it and waited until time for the fireworks. And then we got to add on again. Then the third day we went to, the third day was Hollywood Studios, which is what Harrison was looking forward to the most, because that was going to be all the Star Wars stuff. And it was so funny, all day at Animal Kingdom he kept saying, tomorrow is the day all my dreams come true. It was so cute. And so we made sure we got up early that morning and got over there. And of course the first thing we went to was Rise of the Resistance. And he loved it. He was so excited. And there's a really cool app now. It's like Disney Play or Disney Parks Play or something to that effect, where you can play different games while you're waiting in line and whatever. And when you're in the Star Wars area, there's all these different interactive things that you can do. So like there were crates around, you know, like in line. And they would have like a QR symbol on them. He could scan that QR code and unlock different things and collect different items. And he could hack different things, and it would actually like make like spaceships, but it would make different like ships power up and make noise and stuff like that. He loved it. It was really fun. I think he could have just sat and played on that app all day. And he got to see Kylo Ren and Stormtroopers, so he was super excited because he is semi-dark side. This boy, before he'd ever watched a Star Wars movie, he decided he loved Darth Vader. And we kept telling him, hey, he's the bad guy, he's the bad guy. And when he finally watched the movie and Darth Vader died, he cried. Like, he literally was like in tears crying, which he was younger then, but it was like, sorry. We told you he was the bad guy. But so he was very excited to see Kylo Ren and the stormtroopers. Like when he first saw the stormtroopers, he walked up and saluted them. Silly boy. He got to build a droid at the droid depot. He built a BB-8 model. Well, a BB model. He loved that. Of course, then he wanted to go build a fancy lightsaber too, but we were like, no. We purposefully had steered him towards the droids because we knew he would try to kill everything with the lightsaber and it would be broken before he was even out the door of the place where he built it. And then the last day, well, and at Hollywood Studios, that like Toy Story Land wasn't there. None of the Star Wars stuff was there when we had been before. So there was a lot of new stuff for us to see too. And there was, you know, it was a lot of line standing because there were so many rides there that he wanted to ride. And there was still spring break crowds and all that. So by the end of the day, we had about 3 hours left before the park closed. And we still had Tower of Terror and the Rock and Roller Coaster to ride. And Tower of Terror was a little over 2 hours, and the Rock and Roller Coaster was about an hour or a little more. So we knew that would finish out the day. Which, if you didn't know, at Disney, if you're in the line when the park closes, then you get to ride it. But we went and got in line for the Tower of Terror, and I was hurting so bad at this point. I have a lot of inflammation like in my hips and back and stuff, and we were waiting. We had been standing in line so much, I was hurting so badly. When we got in that line, I was like, I just started crying, like, because when we were walking I was okay, but the standing just was killing me. Like, I started crying. I was like, I can't do this. I can't stand in line for 3 more hours. I just can't do it. And I told Justin, I said, you know, I think I'm just going to go back to the room and soak in the tub and lay down, try to rest some. And Harrison was so cute. Like, he'll reach up and he'll touch my arm and he'll be like, I'm sorry you feel bad, Mommy. It was so sweet. So I ditched them. They had a great time. Harrison made friends with 2 girls on their senior trip. And they had a lot of fun. And it was so funny because he didn't know what to expect on Rock and Roller Coaster. Like, he didn't know it was going to go upside down, which he was a little shocked by. And Justin didn't tell him about how it took off real fast. And so this was the picture of his face when it took off. This is the best thing ever. I love it so much. But he loved the ride. He just was not prepared. And then the last day, sorry, I'm stitching off the camera again. The last day we went to Epcot, and that's when we ate ourselves around the world. Well, mostly me. We rode everything we were going to ride within like the first several hours. Like by lunch we were done riding stuff basically. And the rest of the day we were walking around eating, looking in the shops and all that kind of stuff. And then that night we watched the fireworks there at Epcot, and those were really cool. It was a really neat show. They have like a lot of the different Disney songs that are in different languages. It's called Harmonious. It's supposed to be about like bringing the world together kind of thing. But so that was really cool. And then all of like the topiaries from the Flower and Garden Festival were everywhere. Those were awesome. And I love flowers. I used to have really nice flower beds when we lived in Alabama. Those were mostly done before we had kids. And then Reagan was a baby, so I could go outside and work on it while she was asleep. But then after moving here, I just haven't had enough time or felt well enough in the 11 years we've lived here to really take care of our flower beds. But I still like to look at them. So that was a lot of fun to see. And then the flight home, when we got to the airport, we flew Southwest, and the Southwest pilot was in like the tram with us over to our to the side of the airport we needed. And we had a direct flight, thankfully, because we'd had a 4-hour layover on the way there. But we had a direct flight, but he said, you know, hey, please have patience with us today. Your flights may be running late. We're having a lot of computer problems, and the weather's coming in to a lot of different areas in the U.S. We were like, oh no. And so we did have a little bit of a problem with some of the computer stuff at our gate, but it wasn't bad. And then there was an issue. There had been a personnel change, and our like the first officer, they didn't know who it was going to be. And so they got over there late, so our flight took off a little late, about 20 minutes late, but it wasn't bad. But you know, we got into Memphis, we made good time and everything. And we got pretty lucky because other people who were flying later that day, all those computer issues, that's when like tons of Southwest flights got canceled and all that kind of stuff. So we thankfully avoided all that somehow. I don't know how, but we did. We got home, got back to normal, and then like, well, not even back to normal. Like a couple of days after we got home, I ended up with some kind of stomach virus, but it wasn't too bad. But my hip, one of my hips was sore before we left, and then it is still messed up. I think it's like my sciatic nerve at this point, and I just am having trouble getting it calmed down. We'll get there eventually, I hope. So we're hoping to go again in about 6 more years. And if we can, what am I even saying? No, we are going to go back before Reagan is out of high school. And Justin said, are you going to be able to make it if we go back in 6 years? I said, yes, because I have 6 years to get healthier. We will do it. And that's what we had joked about, you know, finding me a scooter. I was like, I wonder what their rules are for being able to rent a scooter, because I'd about go rent one right now. I am playing what we call floss chicken, where you don't really have enough floss